is for you,
Well, you
man.
know this should be you, right?
This is for you. This the one right here.
Nah, that's the one right there. Y'all know
This
that,
the
though.
one right here.
Appreciate you, brother.
Best receiver in the rookie class.
Best player in the class right here.
My dog.
Best
My
player
brother.
in the class. Alright.
I miss seeing this Bill show. Y'all missed it.
Yeah, brother. You know how many you would have like 7, 8 by now. You would have like 7, 8 of these by now.
That's that dude.
We put this bit like this.
That's that dude.
We put this bit like this. Both of us.
So we didn't beat the Minnesota Vikings. I thought we were going to. I thought we should have. But unfortunately, that wasn't our story. It would appear that instead we forgot how to get into the end zone in the red zone. Six trips to the red zone, and we come off with 1 touchdown. 5 field goals. I mean, Greg Zuerlein Greg the Leg had an incredible game, so thank him for that. But just wound up losing by a score to the Minnesota Vikings. But in that loss, we saw a team that doesn't know how to quit, kept pushing forward. And we were able to watch that game believing the entire time we were still in it. Something that I think we can't take for granted. Because again, before the season started, the position that we're currently in right now as New York Jets fans, every single one of us would have signed up for. But situations change. We're in a position right now to be potentially leading the AFC East. And dare I say, had Breece Hall and Elijah Vera Tucker not gotten hurt, the New York Jets right now would be 10-2 atop the AFC East. Zach Wilson would still be the quarterback. But I digress. So now we play the Buffalo Bills yet again. What's crazy is the people that needed to lose last week also lost, and it gave us an opportunity to go ahead and still be in a position of strength to control our destiny. The New York Jets, if they win out, are atop the AFC East division. And needless to say, it's December 9th, and we can say that. I don't know about you. I'm really excited about this game. Can the Jets pull it off? Huh? Well, let's talk about it.
I can do it all, I will never fall. It's the Renaissance, you know that I got the mother sauce, man. You know I'm the boss, I know what it costs. Have you ever lost? I'm so versatile, yeah, I'm a Renaissance, man. I can do it all, I will never fall. It's the Renaissance, you know that I got the mother sauce, man. You know I'm the boss, I know what it costs. Have you ever lost? I'm so versatile, yeah, I'm a Renaissance, man.
Congratulations, brother.
And here we. So the New York Jets play Buffalo. And let's be honest, this team is still considered to be the Super Bowl favorite. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first started the season, I really thought the New York Jets were gonna go ahead and get swept by the Buffalo Bills. I mean, they had all the makings of a Super Bowl caliber team. Not to mention the motivation and the frustration of knowing they might have lost last year's opportunity to go to the Super Bowl by a coin flip. And then we played Josh Allen. And then I think we broke Josh Allen. Now, don't get it twisted. People are going to argue and say, oh, he had a great game against this team and that team. Unfortunately, even in those great games, you saw the opportunity for Josh Allen to have a bad game. He had several turnover-worthy plays. The Patriots game, for example, he dropped 2 interceptions. They dropped 2 interceptions in that game. Horrible throws. And the throwing over across the body, you know what I'm saying, as he was going on it, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? It looks great. It looks cool. But better defensive presence could have made that a disastrous play as well. So that was a turnover-worthy play. Nonetheless, it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying, if they're lucky or if they're good or whatever the case might be. They're atop the AFC East. In fact, the Buffalo Bills are atop the AFC with the Miami Dolphins not far behind, the New York Jets not far behind. In fact, this is the first time I think thus far going into a game, everybody in the AFC East is separated by a game. Literally, it's 9 wins for the Bills, 8 wins for the Dolphins, 7 wins for the Jets, and 6 wins for the Patriots. So neither here nor there. But we lost last week. And for me, I'm actually a little bit more timid about making, kind of any kind of boisterous claims of victory or just being arrogant about it. I keep going back and forth. I want to make this video about, you know, about making a prediction or not making a prediction. Am I causing the Jets to not be able to close? Like my superstitious or my stitious is kicking in, and I struggled with making a video about predicting this win. The last time the Jets played the Bills, I predicted they were going to lose, and they gladly proved me wrong. And like I just kind of want to do the same thing again this time, even though I think the matchup is there for us to go ahead and get this win. But let's talk about it. I think Mike White, everybody's talking about how Mike White, had a horrible game against the Bills last year. Now, granted, he had 2 games prior to that where the Bengals game, the Colts game, where he did look good in that first drive before he got injured, where he showed promise. And he showed promise with a team that did not have the level of talent it currently has right now. And let's not forget, that was also Mike White's second full game in his career starting. And I think this year it's a little bit different. He's going into this game with 2 games under his belt, a much better roster about him, better comprehension of this offensive scheme, understanding his role in it and how to go ahead and make this thing go, right? And I read the article written by Zach Black. I want to say Zach Black. I hope I didn't mess that up. From The Athletic, and about his wife, saying how much Mike White changed, how he had his girls, he had his twins, and how now he doesn't really think about football 24/7. When he's at home being a husband and a father, he's doing that. When he's on the field, he's doing that. And I think that to an extent, man, as a man, has a lot of weight. A lot of weight, right? A lot of times, man, we can be consumed as men to go ahead and be great in everything that we do, and we forget the reasons and the purposes to why we do the things that we do. Mike White is somebody who potentially has found his reasoning. It's not about becoming the best, football player of all time. For him, it could be providing the best opportunity for his kids, for his wife, who has now provided him with the twins. And men with the proper motivation can accomplish anything. Now, I know maybe I'm reaching here in terms of giving credit more so to his, life experience as making him look this good, thus far this season. But you'd be surprised how fast the maturation process, speeds up whenever you have little ones looking up to you. And I think that to an extent could be why we see Mike White looking as confident, as poised, as calm and collected, in this scheme, in this system, being thrown in there the last couple of weeks, knowing that the New York Jets right now just benched their number 2 overall pick for him to step in and make this freaking offense go, with the playoffs literally on the line, on his back. He hasn't seemed like it's been too big for him. It hasn't bothered him much, and I think that says a lot. And these guys love him, man. Mike White, you know what I'm saying? Elijah Moore, making a little bit of a resurgence in terms of wanting to be a team player. You see Michael Carter having jokes with him at press conferences. Like, these guys, this team rallies around him. Garrett Wilson talking about he'd go to war for Mike White. When you have that level of confidence from your teammates who are stars, young stars in the making, and here you are, a 5th round pick, at 27 years old, going into your 5th year in the league. And you got these stars, these studs who have your back and believe in you to this extent. I mean, anything can happen. I really believe anything can happen. I'm not going to go on a long rant this time. I'm just not. The Buffalo Bills are a very good team. They are. Josh Allen has looked a bit better, but unfortunately, I don't think he's played a defense to our caliber. Everyone's going to say, well, the Patriots defense was ranked, blah, blah, blah. The Patriots defense is not that good. Let's all stop that crap right there. The teams they've been able to stack up their defensive stats against have been bottom feeders and scrubs, and Zach Wilson. That's how they have a high ranking in the stat line in terms of being a good defense. They're not scary. They're not scary. Them getting their butts whipped on Thursday Night Football was not shocking. And it won't surprise me if the Arizona Cardinals beat their ass also on Monday night. The Patriots are not good. They're not a good team. They've literally beaten one team this entire year with a record above 500. the New York Jets twice. And we all know we could have won that game had Zach Wilson been even an average or slightly below average quarterback. He wasn't. We could have won both games. This is what it is. I don't think Josh Allen is playing up to the level of which he was playing prior to that Jets game back in week 9. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm not going to pretend like I know, but I look at this game and I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I think the Jets built this defense with the thought process of getting after a Josh Allen. I think we got Jermaine Johnson, Carl Lawson. We locked down corner and Sauce Gardner. All that with the thought process and mentality of, hey, we have got to lock down Stephon Diggs and get to Josh Allen. I don't think when we built this defense, the Jets were thinking about the Miami Dolphins being as good as they've been. I don't think they were thinking like, oh my God, we need to go ahead and do this and to stop Tua, right? I don't think that was the thought process. I think the belief was the Buffalo Bills are the best team in the AFC East. In order for us to secure our passageway to the playoffs, we got to beat them. And I think this defense was built to play those guys. Right now, we have a couple of guys who have suffered from some injuries, and of course, the flu. Michael Clemens right now being the only one that seems to be questionable. DJ Reed, Corey Davis, George Fant have all practiced today, which is a good thing. Right now, the only question mark for us injury-wise would be Michael Clemens. Now, in terms of the Buffalo Bills, we're looking at injuries to some pretty key individuals, but the most important of which being Milano, who right now is suffering from a knee injury. And again, I never wish injuries on anybody. However, this is a benefit to the Jets. I think Milano is the heart, soul, and mind of that defense. I think he does a very good job clogging up the middle. His ability to go ahead and move laterally and be impactful in the passing game and the running game is something you can't take for granted. And with that being said, I think it's smart of us to realize and understand that Milano being potentially out of the game tomorrow could go a long way to seeing a New York Jets victory. So, what does that mean ultimately? Does it mean the New York Jets potentially have this in the bag? Not the case. I think we have to show up. We have to show up. We have to play our game, play our best game to make sure that that victory is secured. With that being said, I just don't know if the Buffalo Bills are going to let that happen. At the end of the day, we are going to be in Buffalo. And as much as I would love to see this happen, I do believe if the New York Jets get this win on Sunday, we are the favorites to win the AFC East. I do believe that. I think looking at our schedule, looking at potentially the Buffalo Bills being the toughest ones we have to play left, the Dolphins are going to be a challenge as well. If we can beat the Buffalo Bills this Sunday, the New York Jets, I think, are on track to becoming the AFC East champions. I really do. If we lose, hey, we're still in the game for a wild card spot. I really want to win this. I really do. But I'm going to go ahead and give you a prediction based off of what I believe to be the reality of the matchup. We are going to be in Buffalo. We are also going to be playing against the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Their running game has taken a little bit of a step, you know what I'm saying? You're starting to see Cook come alive. Josh Allen still is responsible for 42% of their rushing yards. So it all falls on the back of Josh Allen, right? If he has a game on Sunday, they win. If we can contain him on Sunday, they lose. I don't think they don't have the depth and they don't have the reach really of the weapons on offense if we can contain Josh Allen. And I know people are going to say, well, yeah, he's their quarterback, of course. So with that said, I'm going to predict the New York Jets are going to cover the spread, but lose this game. It's not going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I do believe the final score winds up being 28 to 24. Yeah. 28 to 24, Buffalo Bills get the win. And it's going to be a hard-fought battle. I do believe you'll see some things that make you believe in Mike White. The defense is going to look pretty good as well. I think ultimately, with that happening, the Buffalo Bills get the W. But it'll be a close game that tells us a lot about where this team is headed. And at the end of the day, the 7th seed is still very much like in reach. I'm going to keep hoping that the other teams in the AFC East and AFC in general continue to take losses. Shout out to the Rams for making sure the Raiders are no longer a threat or a factor. Now the Cardinals need to do their job, and the Chargers need to do their job. But with that said, yeah, 28-24, Buffalo Bills. And then we go on a winning streak. And I think it's going to come down to us playing the Miami Dolphins. Oddly enough, man, week 18, potentially for the AFC East. I still think there's a chance, but it would have to go through Miami at that point. Anyway, I digress. Buffalo Bills get the win, 28-24. I'm really hoping I'm proven wrong, but nonetheless, as always, go Jets. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I said before, I still need to hit that 1,000 subscribers in order for me to do the big, massive giveaway that I've already broken down in other videos. So again, first 1,000 subscribers for the channel will be eligible to win the Elijah Vera Tucker autographed jersey, the Darrell Rivers autographed mini helmet, and the Sack Exchange autographed mini helmet. Only the first 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Go Jets.
And the division winner and the division champion does come from this game. And it's the New York Jets. Because guess what? After this, the New York Jets has a much easier schedule. Did we forget that Josh Allen has to face Macaulay Culkin Jr.? You know he's got to see Joe Burrow, right? You can go ahead and put a little L. You can put an L right there for that one as well. Then they still have to face the Miami Dolphins. The Jets have an easy schedule remaining. Oh, the Dolphins going to go out there, and they're going to go in a shootout with Joe Burrow, and then they have to face the Miami Dolphins. The Jets have the Lions, who is not an easy out. They have Seattle. They can beat Seattle. The Jets have the easier path. They have the easier remaining schedule. Look at that schedule right there. If the Jets take care of business, the Jets will win the division. And listen, Miami Dolphins is going to be out because the first time they see cold weather is going to be in Orchard Park, and they got to see the Patriots January 1st. So don't at me, man. But I'm contractually obligated not to defend the Jets, but to tell the truth. Somebody has to.
Good.
What's good, man? How you been? Well, yeah, I am, but I do the little moment where I got to go ahead and get a little gap. I mean, I should probably post this on my back end. The back end is like my bloopers.
I want to be a cool person too.
You want to be in the bloopers?
What's good? What's up? What's good?
Okay.
What's good?
You guys are all being weird.
Now we're all gonna be famous, right? Is that how it works?
I don't think that's
how it works, right?
Okay, I'm gonna add
Make
this
this video at 1 million likes, and
what is going on? This is
then
gonna
I'll
go.
pop
I'm
that
gonna post
balloon.
this. Okay, I'm posting this. All right.
Yeah.
God, get out of here. Go on, everybody. Go on. I gotta get back to recording.
Bye.
Get out of here. The heck was that? She licked my face.